So The Matrix is probably my favorite action movie of all time. I mean, I do like Die Hard. I do like Taken too. Also, not the sequels, just Taken. And I mean, I do like Point Break. I like The Rock. I like Con Air. I freaking love Top Gun. I mean, that's kind of an action movie, but not really. I call movies like that testosterone movies. Not really action movies. They're just for men to feel good about themselves and men. I don't know why I did that in a Batman voice, but we're just gonna just keep going on, just, move on, pretend that didn't happen. Maybe shake hands, enjoy our time together, whatever. So The Matrix stars Keanu Reeves, and this is basically, Keanu Reeves was a well-known actor by that point. I mean, he did the Bill and Ted Adventures, he did Point Break, he did Speed. He was kind of known as an action star. So The Matrix is about a guy named Neo. He's basically this hacker, he has a very miserable life. Like, man, this guy's life sucks. But then you realize later, oh my gosh, they're in some cybernetic world called the Matrix, and none of that's real. Basically, Neo gets taken out of the Matrix, and Neo basically learns that they're in a world where machines rule and humans are slaves, and they are hooked up to this thing called the Matrix, as the machines need power since we basically block the sky or whatever. And yeah, I don't know the technical things about it, but no one really cares. People just see this movie because they want to see the cool action and stuff. So I was one of the people that did grow up with the Matrix. I saw it when I was at a very young age, and I freaking loved it. Oh my gosh, this movie's so awesome. Let me just start with the action. The action in this movie is so great. You don't get any fast cut shaky cam action. This was really before that, pretty much. And it's so cool to see. You see, I mean, they're very unrealistic stunts, of course, because it's in the Matrix and it's an unrealistic world, so they can do a bunch of crazy things. But it's just an excuse to do a bunch of crazy, awesome stunts, which they do in this movie. And I mean, the stunts and everything are so freaking good in this movie. I mean, I looked in behind the scenes, and Keanu Reeves actually did a bunch of that stuff. It wasn't exactly a stunt guy. It was him pretty much doing this stuff. I mean, basically, you just have a camera following around while these guys are doing all this stuff in real time. It's not really exactly sped up much or anything. They're actually really doing this, and it's so awesome to see. It's just insane. I mean, when someone does a backflip or freaking jumps from one building to the next, or just does a roundhouse kick like in midair or whatever, and just kicks the heck out of people, it's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, this movie action is so awesome. Now, for example, let me go to the scene where they're in like the building. They enter the building, they go to security, they kill all those cops, and then all the like SWAT team people come out, and they're just, oh my gosh, the place, like all the pillars in the place or whatever, is just getting like shot up like crazy. There's just dust and particles, just random debris and stuff flying everywhere, and Neo and Trinity are just like shooting through all this stuff, just like and it's playing and they're doing all these crazy stunts where they're doing like a cartwheel in midair or whatever, just like just running off the freaking side of the wall, shooting while they do it. Just whenever they use up a clip, they don't bother to get another one. They just throw their gun away, pull out another gun, just it's freaking awesome. They just get pistols like, oh my gosh, that's literally my favorite action scene of all time right there. It's such a cool thing. All of it was practical. I don't think, anything was CGI except whenever they exploded the thing and the door. That's pretty much CGI in the room. That's pretty much CGI, and it doesn't look too great. But what I love about this movie is this is really back before things were crazy CGI, so they basically used a lot of practical stuff, and it just looks so awesome. I mean, that scene, oh. Anyways, now let me get onto the story. So basically, Neo, he's supposed to be the one. He's supposed to be the one to save the human race, but he doesn't really know about it. This is all new to him. He doesn't really believe it himself. And through most of this film, you see him struggling. He's not really, like, the one. You wonder yourself, like, is this guy really the one? I don't know. And he actually, kind of thinks at one point, yeah, I'm not the one or whatever. And then in the end, he finally finds out he's the one. And it's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, it's insane. So Mr. Smith is one of these agents, and agents are basically little programs that run the Matrix for the machines, make sure nothing goes crazy, everything goes according to plan, no one gets locked out, because, people like Morpheus and whatnot are unlocking these people out of the Matrix, and, that's not good. They don't want to have a big revolt of the, human race, because they're already trying to find some human, like a colony called Zion or wherever. It lives way underground or whatever. They're trying to find that place, Basically, the one main guy is Mr. Smith. He's like an awesome villain, Mr. Anderson. So Mr. Smith is like the head agent kind of person. He kind of tells everyone what to do, but the agents, you kind of see that they're not exactly like, they don't have a leader. Really, they just do stuff together, honestly. But Mr. Smith, he's the one that's really independent. He's the one that stands out, and he's freaking awesome villain. I love Mr. Smith. Mr. Anderson. So anyways, this movie, it's awesome. It's filled with action. A bunch of cool stuff happens. It's one of the most well-directed made movies ever. The Wachowski brothers freaking made an awesome movie. I love this movie. This movie, if I had to rank it, would get like freaking, I would freaking watch this movie over and over again, and I just love it. So it'd be like a 10 out of 10 if I had a rating system. So yeah, anyways, so that's my thoughts. That's my review on The Matrix. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Mr. Anderson.